Guys, welcome back again to my channel. I don't think actually a new news that P2B is a threat to APC and any opposition party that will come around. So all this is they are doing is just to pressure him or to put fear in him so that he will lose the election or he will lose hope in Nigeria again. But P2B said that he will continue to believe in Nigeria because he believes in a new Nigeria. So this is going to watch is an analysis of how P2B or why P2B is a threat to the ruling party APC. Because I don't see reason why a man that's not in any position in Nigeria, that's not fighting for anything, just doing his own good up and down, helping lives, is a threat on APC. But this video gave me an insight to why P2B is a threat on APC, and I think I'd like you guys to just watch that video and then you can hear your views at the end of the video. Don't forget to always subscribe to my channel if you're new here to my channel. I will see you guys already.
According to INEC announcements, it's actually the PDP that came second in this election. James, why does it appear that it's only the presidential candidate of the Labour Party is really visible, and he's the person that the government of the day really comes after in terms of their backlash? If it's not Bayo Nanuga responding, another person will respond. Maybe one or two of the ministers will want to respond to him. Why is Obi the target of all this, despite not, according to their records, is not the person that came second in the election? But then there are other people who are supposed to be opposition leaders. You have Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, and we don't seem to hear a lot from him anymore.
Yeah, why would you hear from those who are died in the wool politicians who are just like the people in power? You see, the problem with the Nigerian political theater is that we have the same set of people who just move from one political family to the other. They know themselves. They are the same people. So some of them don't actually have the moral high ground to criticize those that are in power, because it's just a question of the music. It's like the game of musical chairs. Today you are here, the next day you are there. So when you have a situation where politicians are not driven by any fire of clearly spelled out ideology, then it's difficult to actually have a very strong opposition, because their voices are already compromised. You could be friends, but ideological enemies. And that's what makes for a healthy democratic culture. Unfortunately, Nigeria is a mishmash of sorts. People are they are just the same set of politicians moving either from APC to PDP today and from PDP to APC the next day. So what you find out that it is not really a question of what they want to do for Nigeria, but what they want to get out of the system that Nigeria has provided to them. You can see that the truth of that election has risen on its own. It's not hidden anymore. They know, and that's why they are worried when P2B talks, because they know that the entire arrangement that Mahmoud put out does not represent the will of the people expressed at the polls on the election day. So eventually P2B has evolved, as he indeed should, and now everybody is getting rattled. I've also noticed that Nigerian opposition politics is about just finding faults with the people in power. Now there should be a balance. If you are an opposition figure, you find even greater moral authority if you are able to see some good things about the government in power and say some positive things about what they are doing. Because opposition figures should be able to also appraise, government policies critically, look at what is going on, not just the executive, but the judiciary and the legislative, assembly as well. Provide illumination, hold their feet to fire, and, provide enlightenment and a sort of spark of illumination for the rest of us Unfortunately, the kind of leaders we have produced in the last 30 years or thereabouts in Nigeria are politicians who are just cutthroat politicians who do not even have time to prepare themselves adequately to read the right literature, to prepare, and study, the modern principles of leadership and how they can be accountable to the people. We have seen people who are driven merely by their own greed and their obsessions with material wealth. And when you have that kind of scenario, the opposition will automatically lose its voice because it will be struggling to even define its place in time. You understand what I'm saying? In time and space. The opposition has to be clear about what they want. If I'm an opposition figure, opposition figure in Enugu State, it doesn't stop me from looking at what Peter Mbai is doing right, and saying, well done. But then you made a promise that you will do this and do that, and you haven't done that. Opposition politics is the bedrock of democracy. You can't have a vibrant democracy without the voice of opposition, without opposition holding the government in power to account. That is the beauty of democracy. It doesn't matter whether one gets threatened in the process or not. We all know that some of these threats are just intended to size you up, to find out whether you're actually speaking with the courage of your conviction. Because they know that if anything should happen to P2B, Nigeria will probably not be the same, so to speak. So we know that that's just, empty rhetoric coming from Felix Moka and others. You don't threaten an opposition figure for simply playing the role he's expected to play. Thank you.
Right. Barrister Abo, how problematic is it for you of the Labour Party? How are you people perceiving the threat to Peter Obi's life? That's what is alleged, that he's been threatened and the members of his family has been threatened because of his opposition stance.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you once again. Well, I think the Labour Party has made a statement, and we're not taking it lightly because we know where we're coming from and we know the type of nation we are. But let me say this. Opposition leaders throughout Africa have always complained of threat to their lives. It didn't start today and not end today. Because even in America, you saw what happened during American presidential campaign, where Trump, the president-elect, was threatened twice, was almost killed twice, and then now the third one stopped it on the road. If you look at our history, I was in secondary school when Shagari was president of Nigeria, and that time it was hell was let loose in Nigeria against opposition parties. Jim Obodo cried. I was in class 4 by 1983. Jim Obodo cried. They took his position by force. At the Court of Appeal here, I was there. I came in as one of school prefects to witness the Court of Appeal decision. When the thing was declared that he won Ondo, it was jubilation all along. And Ondo sat and blocked the judges from coming down. But they give the judgment. That made me to go and read law. I said I would read law because I saw them in their regalia and impressed me. And you saw what happened when Ojukwu came back from Ivory Coast. His coming back was to join MPN. And the Ojukwu Vanguard, the Vanguard or Ojukwu, this thing met. At a point, it was mother of all mothers. And we heard it. And some of us in secondary school got hint of that. We were threatened because we were campaigning for MPP that time. So it's not a new thing that, in fact, this particular president, Tinubu, was shouting that he was to be killed when he was in Action Alliance before they formed the opposition. So it's something that is a continuum in African nation, in the whole world. If you go to Bahamas, if you go to Asia, if you go to every opposition leader is either being threatened or is being killed and so on and so forth. So that is why the Labour Party is taking it serious that if anything happens to this man, some of us in the state are doing our own with panache. We're not trying to be aggressive as P2B.
But is P2B aggressive?
Aggressive in terms of that he is saying the truth, the fact and the truth. Not being aggressive in terms of force. P2B is saying what he has said is what is happening in Nigeria today. All of us are aware. Even the APC people are aware that things are not moving. But because of the way we behave, our character in terms of governance and so on, once you are being given that peanuts, you keep quiet, you complain at the backyard. So P2B has taken the bull by the horn, and is saying it the way it is, but they don't want to hear it. They don't want that way. They don't want it that way. So we are warning. We are warning seriously. The Labour Party people are warning seriously that if anything happens to P2B, in fact, the government of Tinubu should be held responsible. But we don't want anything to happen to him. So nobody should be held responsible. They should allow him to play because they took away his power. They took away his mandate. So they should not threaten him further. Let them go on and let this country have a kind of, let me say what we had in Jonathan, fresh air.
Nothing is hidden under the sun. The truth must come out. And the truth are very come out because last year election, it was said that the APC government hired some talks to come and show the election, and we all saw what happened in that election. We had some talks, we are still in ballot box, some we are busy overvoting, and then some we are busy selling their own votes for small cash because of the hunger in the country, which was caused by the previous APC government. So all these things are all targeted if you collected this very well. And thank God you made that video, you hear why P2B is a threat on APC. And the main thing is that P2B is a threat on anybody because of the kind gesture or the kind of personality he has portrayed, to the extent that other, like Serolun, are saying that they will emulate P2B's kind of politics. They will emulate his personality because he's humble, he's accountable, he's transparent, and that's what it means to be a leader. Before you can be called an excellency, your way to the seat must be excellent. P2B's word, not mine, last year. And P2B, check the current APC government, is their way to the seat excellent. So that means they should not be addressed as excellency, going with Obi's word. And like I said, every truth must come out. Every truth must come out. Everything that happened in that election is already coming out because some new groups that they said is a Lakwara group that existed before, and now they're saying it's a new group, which you all know those that brought the group into existence in Nigeria, which are the APC government. The APC government have done more harm than good they can do again. I don't know that any more harm they can do that is new to us again to hear, because we've seen them for how many years and they remain the same. Let's see how next election will be like come 2027. I'll see you guys in my next video. If you've already watched in the comments section, I'll see you guys